Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to play 9 ball. You're going to have every break. The break isn't important. After the break, you can take 4 balls off the table and you have ball in hand. So you're going to leave yourself 5 balls to try and run out. But what I want you to do, when you do it, is you have to think about the best way to which ball to take off.
Yes.
So say if you break off and you make 2 balls, and you just take 2 more off to leave 5. So you're going to leave 5 balls to try and run out. And what I want you to do, what it'll do is it'll make you think about which is the easiest way, how to make the run out as easy as you can. Sometimes it'll be really easy, sometimes it'll be more difficult because you don't know where the balls are going to go. You just break off, it doesn't matter about the break, the break's not important. But after the break, even if you scratch the white, you've got ball in hand, take 4 off and then you try to run out. But you don't have to run out. If you want to snook, if you're going to play me, if you miss, it's my shot.
Yeah.
But also, if you want to snooker me, you can. It's not about having to run the table.
Yes.
But you're in control of the table. Initially, for the first 2 or 3 racks, I will help you with what balls I think will be best to take off. But then I'm going to leave it to you, and it just makes your brain work in a slightly different way to what we do when we normally play. Because of course, when we normally play, the balls are already there. You've got to decide which is the best way for you to try to run out, and we can talk about it while you do it. Okay, so just break off. Doesn't matter if the white ball goes in, no problem whatsoever. Okay, so now we've got ball in hand. You can take any 4 balls off the table you want to. Obviously you can't take the 9 off, of course, but anything. But what I want you to do is make me think about what's the easiest way to go about running them out. So don't forget you do have ball in hand. So what do you think is the best, what are the best balls to take off? You imagine now, you're going to take 4 balls off. Before you play your first shot, before you play this shot, you're going to take that 1 off, 2, 3 more. Any balls you want, you can take off. Anything. And then you have ball in hand. So what do you think is the best way? So you're going to have to, you're just going to leave yourself 5 balls on the table to try to run out. So as an example, what I would do here, wait, before you do it, you want 4, 5? What about, you could go 4. So you want to go 3, then when you take these off?
Yeah.
Well, and then you've got 1 more.
No, 1 more.
Well, so you've got 4 more off. We're going to took 2 off. We're going to took 1 off so far. See, for example, what I would probably do, what about this? What about this? Let me do the first one for you. What about this? Let's take these off. And that. Okay, you've got 1 hand on the 4. On the 5, you can follow for the 6, then back out for the 7.
Yes.
I like the 8 ball here, but it's a little bit awkward. So that's why I would do that. Well, this is just the first go. When we do this a few more times, you will see things more clearly.
Okay, I can tell you why I want to take off the 6 ball. Because
This is near the cushion.
Not the other cushion. Because if I shot the 5 ball, I cannot let the white ball move the 7 like this.
So what you have to do is you have to make sure you're not straight. You have to make sure that you're not straight on the 6.
Yeah.
So when you play the 4 ball, you're going to stop the white here. When you play the 5 ball, you have to make sure that you leave the white here. You don't go here.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so now let's try and run them out then. Don't forget you've got ball in hand, so if you want to move the white a little bit, you can. Well, the other thing which is good is you're playing me. So you know that you can't make
Just like this finish.
well, maybe you might be lucky, but what I'm saying is it's also a game situation for you now. So you have a little bit of pressure, the fact that if you miss. So now what I'm saying is what you should do with this here is you shouldn't come to this is a straight line here, yeah?
Yeah. I'm scared.
You should not, unless you want to go all the way to here,
I want here.
You want here?
Here or here, here. If not straight.
Yeah,
It's
you
okay.
don't want straight there.
Yeah, yeah.
What I'm saying is if I don't want straight here,
Yeah.
and I'm playing this shot, I'm not going to go past that point. I'm going to keep my white this side.
Yeah.
Because if we don't go to that point, I can never be straight.
Yeah.
If I want to go here and get here, and I hit it not quite right, we might end up being straight.
I know.
The only problem is when you look at the shot, you've got a little bit of angle to go towards the cushion,
Yeah.
but you don't want to go on the cushion either.
Yeah.
So what you might have to do is try to follow and come right down onto. If you came to this cushion, you could stun out there like that. So you have a decision to make now, because we don't want to be here, do we? Natural angle is you're under this cushion. So maybe we have to try to get here. So follow and come down right to the back cushion and try to rest on the cushion. That's a good shot, that's a good shot. Great shot. And now you're just going to play a little stop shot or a little draw shot to screw the white ball back a little bit. Doesn't matter. So, okay, it's still your shot. Didn't go right, but if you want to play safe, you can play safe. If you want to try and pot it, you can. Don't worry. It's only a bit of fun. You play race to 4.
Okay, I want to make the white ball here because
You're going to try and pot it or not?
soft and the left skate. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Is it easy? Can you pot it or not? You can play safe if you want. It's not bad. Not so bad. Oh, Albert, combo. I'm not going to go for combo tune, sorry. I'm going to go for a snooker instead. Good shot. Unlucky. Good shot. Yeah, but it's not easy, you know, to get that safe. It's not easy. Don't worry. It's fine. So this time, again, same again, you can take 4 balls off. Well, let's talk about it more. Last time I did it for you. So I want to know what you're thinking and why, and we can just talk about it. It doesn't matter about it. We'll just break off, no matter where it goes. Okay. So you've got ball in hand. Once you took 4 balls off, you've got ball in hand. So what do you think? You're not going to see things as quickly as I see it. Of course you're not. But first of all, these aren't good, are they? But it doesn't mean you have to take them both off, because if you take one off, it frees the other one. But maybe you do want to take them both off, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to.
So now we have one more to take off. Now, I think this is quite a good position if this is your last ball before the 9. If you can get straight, think about it, if you can get straight, you're going to take this off? That's good, I like because here is easier. Okay, ball in hand. So what we're going to do, where we're going to put the white on the 4? You'd like to be somewhere where you are now, wouldn't you? You'd like to get the cue ball somewhere like there, so you can just go like that and come here. just needed to screw back a little bit, didn't you? Shot. Take your time. Okay, tell me what you're going to do here. Can we follow here?
Follow and the right spin.
Follow and right spin, yeah, okay.
It's a natural shot and this is the
Yeah. But I like, if you can go up there, I like it more, it's easier. You've got to get quite a lot of right spin, otherwise you might scratch the white in the middle. Do the shot again. Like that, yeah? Like that. Something like that. So for me then, maybe that's quite hard to go there, you know. Just try it again. Not too much right spin, just a little bit. Better, good. Dead straight or not?
Straight a little bit, a little bit angle. But
what
I want left spin still leave the.
The thing is, to me, what the situation now, you cannot get to the cue ball there.
Why?
It's too hard.
Still.
You can maybe get it here, but for me, it's too straight. So what you should do here is you should make sure that you pop the 8 ball and that you have a shot on the 9. Don't try to do too much on this to get perfect on that.
Okay.
Because remember now, we're going to have to get this hard to get the cue ball out, which means that when you get this shot hard, you have to be more accurate.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying you slow roll it and leave the white here. I think you can punch it in, you can stun it in, but what I'm saying is, there's not enough angle for me to actually get the cue ball back out there unless you hit it really, really hard, and then we might miss it. So let's make sure we have a shot on the 9. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to get perfect on that.
Yeah.
If this doesn't allow you to get perfect. So what you have to do is just make sure you pot it. Okay, we don't like being under the cushion, but it's better to have a shot at the 9 than miss this and not have a shot at all.
Yes.
So that's what you have to do, is it's almost like you have to take your punishment a little bit and don't try and do too much. I think that's all you can do there. Yes, you probably feel you can hit it a bit harder. If you hit it a bit harder, what the white's going to be just a little bit more out. Now you just have to remember your basic technique now. This is where I would be saying to myself, stay still, push the cue through, stay still on my shot. I'm not going to ask you to close your eyes, but what I want you to do is imagine that you are closing your eyes because you will stay still. So just give yourself the best chance to pot it by staying still as long as you can. Look, we're all going to miss those shots. We're all going to miss those shots. But what I'm saying is that what you did for me on the 8 ball is you did what's right. Because you cannot get perfect on the 9. You can't get the cue ball right out into the middle.
Yeah.
So you have to accept the situation on the 8 and leave yourself that little bit harder 9. I know it's frustrating that you missed the 9, but for me, you still did the right thing.
Because
on the 8.
I shot the 8 ball, this white ball not perfect. That's why.
But the only thing is, what really happened is, we got slightly wrong on the 4, a bit too much angle. Because of it, we got slightly wrong on the 5, and because of it, we ended up straight on the 8. So we started to go out of position a little bit. But all I want you to do is just learn from that situation. No more on the spot.
I think what can also shot.
Well, you can. It's in your head. Right, get down the shot, close your eyes before you hit it. Do everything. No, I don't. The loop bridge is it's too close for a loop bridge. Just bridge it up. No, I don't like that. It's too close. If you want to do it, go on. Close your eyes.
Okay, what's this thing?
Well, what you're doing is you're not hitting a nice stroke on it. Both times you've sort of stabbed at the white, so you've got to try to put a nice stroke on it and bring the cue back nice and slow and push it through. You've jabbed at the white a little bit both times. Well, this time shut your eyes. Okay, it's still fine.
Right. Same the angle this or not?
One line. Well, even though you missed the 9, for me, what you did on the 8 is correct. Because you don't try to do too much. People are obsessed with trying to get absolutely perfect on the 9 to make it easy because they're frightened to miss the 9. Well, sometimes it's better to just have a shot at it, you know? Okay. Okay, same again. 4 balls off the table, ball in the hand. 1 looks good there, 5 looks good there. Yeah, I like the 8. Let's get rid of the 8. Boom. 1 more. Ball in hand number 1. Just going to say to you, play position to get on the 6 just in case the 3 goes in as well. And I didn't say it, I should have said it, sorry. And if you just roll the cue ball to here, then you've been good. Do it again. For me, you should just hit here. Just hit here and hit it hard. Just hit it hard. Don't go here, hit here. If you hit here, you can't miss the 6. Hit there and hit it hard. Because when you hit there, it will square up a little bit as well. Hit it hard. Might be okay. It's okay. Okay, what shot are you going to play now? What do you think is the right shot to play now?
For me, I want to shot this topic, but if this angle, I want to make safe ball, but I don't know how can do this safe because
I think the pot is too difficult. I think what you should do is you hit the 6 to here and here and get the white ball here. So hit the 6 to about there. It goes like that, it goes there, and the cue ball goes here. Safety shot. I think the pot's too difficult. Imagine that you're going to try to hit the 6 ball to the chalk. Nice and not too hard. You could do that, I suppose.
I want soft a little bit near the
Too hard. Too hard. Safety shot.
No, there.
It's not so much difference. Get a shot. imagine you're hitting the 6 ball to the chalk and there. A little bit too hard, but it's still okay. Okay, you leave a bank. But what I'm saying is, it's like, at least you're not leaving it easy for them. Okay, people are going to go for a bank. Albert's going to smash it, whatever. I'm not, because I want to play. I'm going to try to play. Well, that's not good, is it? Oh, it's supposed to be here. So here's another example. Don't try to do too much with the cue ball and get too perfect on the 9. Pot the 6 and leave yourself a shot at the 9. What a shot that is. Brilliant shot. Brilliant
Follow
shot.
side and left speed.
Brilliant shot. Fantastic shot. Stay still.
If I look,
Just stay
But
still.
fine, maybe
Just
I need
concentrate on potting the ball. Don't think too much. Good. Better. Okay, you pot on 1 ball, so you can only take 3 off. Still leaving 5 balls on the table. You can take 3 off. Sure. Okay. Maybe both. You maybe have to take that 7 off as well, or the 5. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, 7.